Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is Balance, a life lessons card. And when I pulled this out of the deck today for the message, I looked at that and I said, how appropriate, because the new moon in Libra shows up last night, and this Libra is all about balance. So if you think about what's going on in our world right now, we've been holding steady at being at home for the last 3 weeks. We're starting to we need to find that balance between our work life schedule, or working at home schedule, and our home life schedule. If you're sitting at home with your kids or your significant other, or spouse, whatever, just coming to the realization that something different is on the horizon, and we just need to balance that out for the next couple of weeks as this virus hopefully plateaus, and we get to move forward. Really haven't talked about this card before. If I have, it was probably out in Hawaii. Probably about 4 or 5 months ago. So it's good that we're able to talk about this during this new moon as well. So if you look at the card itself, it's got two red and white. It's got two serpents, red and white, wrapping around a tree, and this is a young world tree. These are polarized energies, and they're wrapping themselves around the heart of that tree. Okay, now red is for the fire and blood, and white is for milk and bones. And it also represents, if you think about it and really look carefully, the look of a DNA strand, the helix of a DNA strand. And the thing that I like about, I got a little story about helixes and DNA strand. I always, try, when I talk with other people about circle theory. And I've kind of expanded my circle theory into the DNA helix. And what that circle theory is if there's a situation that you're involved in, let's say it's a romantic situation, and you run into, you end up breaking up with this guy. Say it's after 4 or 5 years, okay, or 4 or 5 months, however you want to look at it. And this could be any situation. It could be a job situation too. But here you are running in this circle. Okay, and after 4 or 5 months, you realize, hey, this relationship's not working out, this job's not working out, and what do? You stop, you rethink. Okay, and chances are, most people will break up or move to a different job that's more fitting to them. Okay, but yet what happens is they go back to that same type of relationship or that same type of job, that wasn't making them happy. Okay, so what they've done is they've come full circle. And what happens is the next time they realize that, hey, this is like the same type of relationship or the same type of job that I just left, 4 or 5 months ago. Maybe the timing occurred, 6 to 8 weeks later. And they realize and say, wait a minute, this seems familiar. What did I do different? And yet it just goes by them. And, maybe that relationship starts going again. Okay, and then all of a sudden, like a month down the road, they're like, wait a minute, I've had these feelings before. What do I do different? At that point, once they become aware of what's going on, and they say, you know what, this relationship is similar to my last two. All right, I need to make a change. All right, and making that change, they reach the apex of that circle. And once they've made that change, whether it's career or job or relationship, they start another circle. Okay, and they live in that circle until they realize that they're not happy anymore with what's going on, all right, until they figure out, that change happens. Boom. Okay, I'm still going to continue doing the same thing. And then they realize it, and they make more, become more aware of it. It starts happening quicker and quicker and quicker. As soon as they make an awareness and they make a change, they start that other circle again. So I always called that circle theory, okay, but I expanded on that a few years ago, where I looked at just the journey, the spiritual journey that we're on, working on that spiritual helix. And it's like a staircase, a revolving staircase that you're continually moving up moving up, moving up. Okay, and once you recognize those areas where you need to change, that balance takes over. Okay, and you make that switch. The helix hasn't changed, okay, but maybe the steepness of it is, or maybe the color of that path, or maybe, the pace that you just picked up. Maybe it gets easier for you, okay, as you're walking up that path. But once you change that thought process in your DNA, you're able to change that outcome of where you were headed during that circle theory. So, by looking at this, when I see this card and I see these two serpents intertwined around a world tree, that makes me think of the DNA strand, in that we can change, different aspects of our life moving forward if we stop and recognize and find that balance. And that's kind of what this card is all about. Okay. What it also represents, and if you see the face down below of that tree, there's a light and a dark side, as well as, the polarized energies. In light and darkness, it's similar to the, night and day. All right. In the darkness, more people are comfortable, for sharing feelings and things of that nature. But in the light, they won't do it. They won't do it around other people either. So, that's kind of, the description of this card. To talk about, the reading points, there's a balance between humanity and nature, okay, that we have to have. And I talked about this a couple days ago with that Six of Stones, exploitation. We need to have that good balance between, nature and our humanity, because if we don't, what happens is, we exploit the resources that are around us. And, if they ever find out what that smoking gun is around this virus, if they find out that it's, a sick bat that was in Wuhan, China or something like that, and it carried over to humanity. My first question is, why are we eating bats anyway? Why are we capturing them? Okay, why can't we just let them live in the nature? But again, that's here in America, in North America. What they do in China is what they do in China. But you can see how it affects the whole world, okay, when one thing gets out of place. The other thing, in a traditional tarot deck, this is also known as temperance. And temperance represents that inner strength and tranquility, okay? Finding that resiliency within yourself to not be out of balance, especially during this time of stress and fear. If we sit there and we watch the news all day, and we become, I become numb to it. But I don't like living in fear. I don't like living in that stress. I've got enough stress that I have to worry about, making sure that my bills get paid, making sure I still have a job, making sure that I'm doing different things to stay employed. That's the stress that I have to worry about, because there's responsibilities, again, that Ten of Bows that comes up that I'm responsible for, that I want to make sure that things are being taken care of. By finding that temperance, or that inner strength, in tranquility, okay, when I become balanced, I'm more in tune with my higher self, with spirit. I'm more in tune with what's happening, and listening to my gut, listening to the intuition, listening to spirit guide me during this stressful time, okay? And I try to pass that on, that love and that calmness and that groundedness to, to the people that are around me, okay? Even pets, by passing on that love to them and keeping them calm and keeping them relaxed during this time, because they can feed off of that. They can feed off of that fear and that anxiety and that stress. And they know when things aren't going right, okay? So for me, I like to focus on just the positive aspects of it. Not saying positive all the time. I have my good days, I've had my bad days. But if I can just find that balance within myself and share that with others, share that love, okay, with others through the videos, through who I talk to, okay, I'm doing my piece of the world by not only staying in and wearing my mask when I go out, okay, but I'm sending that energy out to those that I'm around, those that I'm in communication with, okay, to help calm those fears, calm those stresses down, and help them find that inner balance and tranquility. It's not easy. Patience is the key. You have to be really patient, okay, and discern the information that's there, that's in front of you, to understand the bigger picture. Not take a selfish attitude with it, but take a selfless attitude. All right, and just be blessed for what you do have, because a lot of this stuff is out of your control. A lot of this stuff you can't do anything about. Okay, but what you can do is stay safe. What you can do is stay balanced, stay grounded. Okay, and understand the bigger picture of stuff. So on your spiritual journey, take that moment to rest and be still. Take a few minutes to go outside and listen to the birds, or enjoy the sunlight while you can. Okay, or if you got a clear, if you have a clear sky, go out tonight and just look at the moon. All right, and say some affirmations to that new moon for the next month, and become still and quiet within your own mind, within your own body, and find that tranquility, find that balance. All right. You have to trust and have confidence in your own strengths, especially during this time of stress. If you can trust what you know is right and have that confidence in your strength to help you along on your path, that'll help find that inner balance. Because to have that balance, it's necessary to free ourselves from the fears and the self-doubts. Once fear and self-doubt happens, in my mind, you're no different than that green woman standing on that stone in the Seven of Arrows. Okay, being sucked into the vines, letting the vines, just take over. Okay, but if you stand up there with confidence, if you stand up there and trust that the universe has got your back, okay, that you're making the right decisions and moving forward with your finances, for you, for the family, for all those that are involved, okay, that's where you're going to find that balance. That's where you're going to become grounded, okay, and kind of nurturing, like that Queen of Stones, that bear. All right, and I know I'm jumping all over the place with all the different cards that we've seen here in the last week or two, but it's all relative. They all relate back to one another, okay? And each day is a different journey. Each day you're still moving forward, but you're still met with different challenges and trials and tribulations. It's how you handle that in spirit, by being tranquil, by being grounded, by being balanced in moving forward. Once you've met that fear and the self-doubts, okay, then what that does is that just opens you up to grow spiritually. You're facing that demon, you're facing that bear, and you're moving forward. You're getting that balance in your life to where, you can gain that trust, you can gain that confidence to move forward. With that being said, once you have that in line and your balance, your higher self will open up. The only time it's going to open up is when you become grounded and when you just kind of relax and be still, okay? Your higher self will come down. It'll envelop you. It'll help make things tranquil in your life. And once that happens, that's when the state of balance is achieved. For some, it happens really quick. For others, it may take a little bit of time, okay? But on your spiritual journey, take that time to just rest. Be still. Try to clear your thoughts of what's going on. Don't give in to the stress. Don't give in to the anxiety. Be one with the spirit. Be one with the universe. Give all your cares to the universe. Give it to the new moon tonight, when you see it. So that's today's card in a nutshell. Balance. Leave your comments down below. Hit that like button for me. Share us, to others. I appreciate, the viewers, sending that out to your friends and stuff if it resonates with you. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to do a little plug. The posted later today will be the new moon in Libra. So I'll have a 6-card spread on that you can view as well, to give you an idea of how to go into this next couple of weeks, with this new moon, during April. So this is D for the Spirit's Path. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, everybody. God bless, and stay safe.